They love black fighters. I mean, they're the best at what they do. You know, black people are very athletic, bro. Nobody can beat them. And I understand that. You know, but we get the chance to prove to the world that my son could be the best fighter in the world. What I'm trying to say is, like, you know, we didn't mean nothing about when my son said that Top Rank could stay with all their black fighters, because you know what it is? When Devin Haney came into Top Rank and all this, they're promoting him more than they're promoting my son. He feels a little type of way. You know, you gotta understand this.
These words are spoken by Teofimo Lopez Sr. regarding his son and their outlook toward the sport of boxing, the promotional group that they have served under, Top Rank Boxing, ESPN, and from their perspective, how they see things are being handled and run for the sport. There's a tendency in our present society to make excuses for oneself when you have to go to work and pull your own load, when you have to step up to the plate of opportunity and make way for yourself. Making excuses on someone else having advantages when actually the circumstances are cut for you to have advantages. That's something that the reality of that many people who enjoy the same privilege do not want to acknowledge, even when trials get tough for them. You can hear that pouring through the conversation of the Lopez family when they talk about the sport of boxing. But there is evidence where they have even revealed, just as you heard Mr. Lopez say himself, what they're up against. All it truly means is you have to work hard. You have to buckle down. You have to put your best efforts forward. Sometimes it means taking on and accepting challenges to go against the best, not enjoy things being handed to you, even though there have been provisions and paths made for cookie cutter efforts, also shortcuts around the dangerous landfill full of minds of contention and competition.
Every time, like it took me, I cried for 4 days before I signed this contract with Jermaine Ortiz, because I know what I'm going back into. Like doing a deal with the devil. Although I'm not with him, but trust me, he finds every single day in my dreams and in physical form to kind of get me off.
Yeah, beat Lomachenko. Devin beat Lomachenko. 3 judges aren't gonna lie.
3 judges could get paid?
3 judges aren't gonna lie. We're talking about boxing.
Well, you gotta think about it too, man. You say business, right? You think business?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's more accountable and marketable?
Devin.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if you lose, you lose.
You lose, you lose.
If you lose, you lose. You're more marketable than Kambosos.
If I lose, I lose.
And you
did you see my track record on my own conditions?
Yeah, but if you lost to Kambosos, if it's about marketing.
3 doctors from New York.
Right.
PhD doctors, which is the highest accolade really to graduate and get your PhDs and everything. Doctors said I should be dead. I ain't dead, fam. I'm right here. I'm living.
You feel like your fight with Kambosos
Absolutely.
was scripted?
It was definitely scripted. But what happened was that my ego got in the way, knowing that
So did you know it was scripted?
Did I know it was scripted?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or did you figure it out afterwards?
That's the only way you find out at the devil's hand.
So much to unpack here. The insinuation that fights could be scripted. The acknowledgement of another fighter's position in a sport of being more marketable, sellable, a real star, as in Devin Haney. And somewhere in between lies Teofimo, someone who wants the stardom, but not necessarily wants to take the risks, but at the same time places himself beyond others, stating that he had cried for 4 days before signing for the deal that would allow the Ortiz fight to take place. This man is revealing far more than he may necessarily intend to. But this is why you let them talk. This is why you observe what they do, and this is why you report on what's factual. Not what's inspirational, not what comes as osmosis thought, but what is right before you. We have someone who is trying to be in the sport and walk a fine line of where you could receive monetary offering, but it comes at a risk. Now, the risk and the reward factors are different on whichever scale that you find yourself. However, the way that the Lopez family is operating, they want privilege. They've cried and bemoaned about it. They've accused other fighters of receiving it. But yet and still, they are the ones that have received the benefits. 3 times in a row now, Teofimo has saw judges give him favor. He has even questioned his own staff. Do I still have it? The question very well may be, did he ever have it?
Chase, Bob Teal said when he found out he was fighting Ortiz next, he cried for 4 days because he felt like he was doing a deal with the devil, because he feels like this is some kind of set of fight like the Cambosis fight. What do you think he meant by that, sir?
Well, I'm glad he realizes that Ortiz is not going to be a walk in the park, which is in effect what he was saying. So I think he'll be a lot more serious for this fight than he was for Cambosis. I didn't do the Cambosis fight because there was a purse bid. So again, I think Teofimo realizes that he's going to have his hands full with Jermaine Ortiz.
Teal also said the Cambosis fight was scripted. What's your thought on that?
What do you mean scripted?
This is what Teal said. He felt like the Cambosis fight was scripted.
I don't know what that means, but again, as I said, I had nothing to do with that fight because I didn't promote it.
Yes, sir.
That was a purse bid that was won by another promoter. So again, I mean, I don't know what he means by being scripted. I mean, that sort of makes no sense, but maybe his meaning is eluding us.
Bob knows exactly what T.O. means, but the fact that that fight that T.O. and his interviewer were speaking on wasn't a top-ranked promotion, so he doesn't really have to speak on that at all. But the cards that are being played and pulled speaks volumes of how the business is run in boxing. And it's a dirty, grimy business at the end of the day. So someone who is planning to get in and get out, get rich quick, like Teofimo Lopez and his dad, they still have to put something on the line in order to even receive the slightest of what their hopes are. At the end of the day, it comes down to putting in the work. And in boxing, there's no easy path. There are numerous men who are contenders in this sport, some more talented than others, some with greater desire than others, and some who have greater backing than others still. But at the end of the day, there becomes a point of reference of crossroads where a decision has to be made what a fighter is going to do, and the next move that they make could be very crucial. Lopez is no different, but he's now at an impasse where his career can definitely be defined. It's just a matter of what side of legacy he wants to find himself. Think about it. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts about these sound bites of Teofimo Lopez and what may be next for him. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.